Like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot springs. The Abyss kind of threw a wrench in our relaxation, though. Still, spending time here really has felt like a vacation. The Kaholasaurs are so nice and so fun to play with. Their bellies are super bouncy. Oh, and Atea's snacks were so delicious. Yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs, so not much has changed.
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last night?
Yep. This area is so nice.
Glad you like it. I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight.
Hey, Mualani!
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars.
And Kachina? Is she back as well?
Kachina fell in battle. But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the Rite of Resurrection will be held in the stadium soon.
That's a relief. The Abyss is cunning, and it was her first time. Mistakes are bound to happen.
Exactly. She deserves to hold her head up high.
All right, thanks for letting me know. We'll head out in a bit. Jeez, she sounded a little anxious.
Mualani, you said the Abyss was cunning just now, but it's like, think about all those monsters that attacked your tribe. If they're really not that Paimon wants them to be in any...
Relax, I get it. The Abyss is difficult to understand, that's for sure. At a glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. But through our long history of fighting the Abyss, 500 years ago, the Abyss invaded Tevat. That's right. Conria suffered greatly, and Natlan was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every tribe to finally repel. Even so, the effects of the invasion lingered for hundreds of years, only able to be reversed little by little. Our tribe's waters were contaminated. The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge surging from underground. It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe. Exactly. We once thought that the Abyss's desire for destruction was a sort of primal instinct. We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom and has the capacity to read the memories of this land at any given moment.
And that's how it became so dangerous and cunning. Almost like it knew...
Yes, and that's why we've been unable... Luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully addressed. Now every tribe is prospering and things are looking up.
You must have had to sacrifice a lot to get to this point.
Every battle, every sacrifice is responsibility, duty, unavoidable burden. But I believe we will be rid of the Abyss one day. And the efforts of all who fought against them will become a story for the ages. To think that my name could survive in ballads passed down to future generations, it's kind of romantic. Everyone has something that drives them forward, you know? Be my guest. Heroes are always welcome in Natlan. Anyway, let's head to the stadium. Our fishing trip can wait until Kachina's back with us. The sea's not going anywhere. Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes being the center of attention.
Looks like I'm just in time.
Kanich, you're here!
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but I made it. I heard about the incident with your
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend here's got some tricks up his sleeve, by the way.
Hey, look! Is it about to start?
That's right. Someone will come out and recite a eulogy. And come on, let's find a spot with a good view. When the singing starts, just follow my lead and you'll be fine. Let's go somewhere higher up so Kachina can spot us.
Warriors of Natlan, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
حديثي I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What?
What does that even mean?
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and Resurrection...
What's going on? This has never happened before.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss. Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory than meets the eye.
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina beat you in the pilgrimage!
Pathetic. The both of you.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We completed our mission.
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got scared and ran off. Why would the YUB recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan like that? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your vile rumors when she's not even here to defend herself.
Calm down, Mualani. There's no point arguing with the likes of them.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl who never should have even gone to war? Or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly stop working?
That's true. If she wasn't revived, it must mean she failed to achieve victory. Maybe the YUB interpret victory in different ways?
I mean, that girl didn't look all that strong to me.
Kachina wouldn't have run! That's not like her at all!
No, she's been waiting for this moment for too long. No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how scared she might feel, she's always the first person to stand up and face it head on. We don't even know what happened, so don't you dare try to use this as an excuse to vent your anger or slander her reputation.
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough. Then, we'll see who truly deserves glory.
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's part in it. She is a hero worthy of our admiration and celebration. However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all my deepest apologies as I continue to investigate this matter. To prevent further casualties, I have decided to suspend the pilgrimage until this matter is resolved.
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is infallible, not even myself. But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we wield against others.
I didn't mean it that way, Archon. I just...
If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish, but now's your chance. You have concerns? State them.
No, of course not.
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind, then it would seem the truth never mattered to you at all.
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer the Pyro Archon's question. So much for all that glory talk earlier.
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have any idea where she is? It's extremely important to me. I know you said you were investigating the situation, but I'm sorry, that's not enough.
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth and rescue your friend sooner, you should join the investigation. So, what do you say?
Of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat. Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the investigation. Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this ceremony. If there are no further questions, let's part for now.
Did she just ask us to come along?
I believe she did. Let's go. I'd like to know what's going on myself.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is undoubtedly a hero of Natlan, and I'm deeply sorry this happened to her. There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. As a result, I've been unable to track down her location. Until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
And that means Kachina won't be able to come back?
That's correct. Not until the problem with the Night Kingdom is resolved.
How long will that take?
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss, of doing her part to defend Natlan. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, the Pyro Archon would be there to bring her back to life. Whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed to do now? Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me, are we her friends? Or her murderers?
That's not fair, Mualani.
It's all right. I understand your rage and your grief. Kachina's life means a great deal to me, Mualani. Believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you that peace of mind if I could. But please, hear what I have to say so I can at least give you a broader picture of the issue we are now facing. Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new means of undermining the rules of our nation.
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the Abyss. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, there will likely be more casualties. But if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of the Springs will only be the first of many.
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the lesser of two evils. Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the costs is my duty. The raw truth can be cruel. But we need to understand it if we want to approach this rationally.
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal for you. And unlike Kanich, I dare say it's not a simple case of weighing up which course of action is less painful, is it?
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is disrespectful to the people who suffered.
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage. The consequences will be equally painful.
Yes. What happened to Kachina breaks my heart. But I couldn't bring myself to sacrifice other people for her sake.
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter of choosing the lesser of two evils. Either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. Belief in the pilgrimage will waver. Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that is exactly what the Abyss wants. Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them. To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. So that is my current plan. And in the meantime, I've made efforts to strengthen each tribe's defenses. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I'll need time to figure out the best approach. I understand your anger, Mualani, but I hope that provided some clarity at least.
Wow. Paimon thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but the Pyro Archon took the time to explain everything so patiently.
I owe you an apology, Archon. I let myself get carried away earlier, and I'm sorry. You're right. We need to focus on finding solutions.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden Wars. That way, we would still be able to fuel the sacred flame.
I've considered that, but the two events have nearly always been linked. Without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose their prestige, and competitor numbers will drop. With fewer participants, the amount of contending fire produced will decrease, and the vicious cycle will continue indefinitely.
So, essentially, the Abyss is taking Kachina hostage.
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? The Night Kingdom is something similar. Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. But with the Abyss in the picture, it's a different story. Your sense of self will be devoured until eventually you become one with the Sea of Souls. Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to scoop up another cup, but there's no chance it will be the same water you had before. I won't sugarcoat it. That is the danger Kachina is currently facing.
Just like you said, Archon. Both of these problems need to be addressed. You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the Sacred Flame. I will go search for Kachina.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her. It is very possible you will not return. Knowing that, do you still choose to go?
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that matters.
I failed to protect her during our campaign, but I can make it up to her now. I choose to go as well.
Traveler? What do you think?
Understood. Then I'll support you in any way I can. The Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract an ancient name from the ley lines. If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link between them to pinpoint her position within the Night Kingdom. Then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person and rescue her.
But isn't the Night Kingdom a land of souls? Can we even go there?
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is a way to go there in person. However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
That's fine by me.
Same here. Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
So, Paimon's the only one who's scared? Well, if you're a going traveler, Paimon's going too.
Lali of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. We call it the Spirit Speaker Stone. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs, but that spiritual quality also means it can be used to search for an ancient name.
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago. Didn't think I'd be hearing about it again so soon.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can, but your fellowship and courage are what will truly decide the success of this operation. Besides, you're the ones helping me. I can only focus on one thing at a time, after all. Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation to be so serious. I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan's highest level of hospitality.
Why?
Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And, in the middle. But our reputation's solid nowadays.
That's more like it. After all, I've heard you're someone who transcends fate. Perhaps even more than you can imagine. But we can talk about that some other time. Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink and some musical ambiance. But there are important things to be done.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. She wanted us to give this to you. It embodies fond memories and my strength of will. That's what she asked us to tell you. She said you'd know what that means.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. The flames of her life force. I can feel them flowing within the talisman. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together while she gave this to me in person. We're supposed to be hot spring buddies, after all. But don't worry. This talisman means a great deal to me. I'll take good care of it, and once this is all over, I'll pay Atea a visit.
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of Contending Fire. But that's not at all why you decided to suspend the pilgrimage, is it?
You're right. Even now, the production of Contending Fire is far from sufficient. The gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro energy, and we're currently at the breaking point. As things stand, the pilgrimage is a lost cause. Suspending it allows us to save our strength to defend the tribes. The Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan, and Kachina's disappearance in the Night Kingdom is a direct consequence of that.
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that Natlan's destruction was close at hand, there would be immense panic. But if I said nothing at all, they would have continued to question the integrity of Natlan's heroes.
Another simple choice. The latter was clearly the better solution. But you chose otherwise.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice is the one with the fewest sacrifices. Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last a little longer.
You mean?
Yes. Come with me. The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it strike fear in the abyss, but it's also the pillar of Natlan's stability. So until our heroes are ready, I will sacrifice my power to keep it burning.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remaining ancient name-bearers.
Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. Those chosen by the Wayab have already embarked on their destined path. It is for them to decide how that journey ends, not us. All we can do is support them.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
If not me, then who? No other is capable of sustaining the sacred flame. I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
The Archon of Natlan. A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled, what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Tsaritsa.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us, let our blades do the talking! Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Are you alright, Archon?
He was a formidable opponent. Exactly what I would expect from the first of the Fatui Harbingers.
I never imagined someone could match you in combat. If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why would he bring up what happened 5 centuries ago?
Yeah. And how much does he know about Natlan?
The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that unites them is collecting the Gnosis. But I'm sure the captain has his own reasons for being here as well.
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack again and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No, we're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed, the power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of the Nightwind.
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Not necessarily. This could prove to be a very valuable turn of events. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed an unusual presence within him. I'll need to investigate further. Kanich, go to the Masters of the Nightwind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Sitlali. She should know.
Of course, I'll head out right now. Do you still intend to...
Yes, but fear not. Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
Is everything okay, Archon?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. Too late now. I just hope the others have a safe journey.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something explode?
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power. She must be fighting a formidable opponent.
Should we go back and check what's going on?
Have faith in the Archon. She wouldn't lose in a one-on-one confrontation.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name, we'll head right back.
Okay, let's just keep climbing. Everyone really hopes nothing goes wrong. What can you tell us about the scions of the canopy?
The tribe's people are very adventurous.
Oh, kinda like us then.
I'm not so sure. You don't strike me as the type to enjoy danger. The scions of the canopy are a bunch of thrill seekers. They love extreme sports like rock climbing, rappelling, volcano parkour. Or even bungee jumping without a rope while a Yunkasaur stands at the edge and uses its tongue to catch them. Sound like something you'd be interested in?
Okay, that does sound different from our usual adventures. Paimon's not doing any of that. She can just cheer you on from the sidelines.
That's Waina, the tribal chief. Let's head over to her.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again, Waina. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get—
Whoa, hold on a second.
My friend Kachina is trapped within the Night Kingdom.
Rescue her? From the Night Kingdom?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Waina. But if the price of maturity is a—
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Waina? Life isn't complete without taking risks.
It's nothing. The Night Kingdom is if you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from—
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call. Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too.
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes, I'll introduce you to her sometime. But let's get back to business.
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river. In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting.
We couldn't do that ourselves?
With a little practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent.
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our— He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even—
Vichama?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malko passed, he spends most of his time gazing at—
Thank you. We'll go look for him there.
Good luck. I hope everything goes well.
Emotional support is important. Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff tops. Ah! That must be him! Hello there! Are you Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible.
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient...
Then we're agreed. I see. From what I can tell, it functions... Once the connection is established, the Abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Lali invented this. They must be... I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime...
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go any...
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the...
Oh, I see.
Right. I need two chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place... Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes. But I heard there's a traveling...
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's meet over there when you're done. Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case...
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush. I'll see you...
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Let's just... Hang on, Kachina. We're coming for you. Hello. Do you have any hook ropes?
As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much?
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see.
Deal.
Wait. Real?
What, you want me to drive down the price?
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. All right. That's everything.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant.
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though?
That might be tough.
Thank you so much. We'll wait here.
Relax. Everything's going according...
I know, it's just... I could tell Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Perfect! Thank you.
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here. Here you go. How's he doing? Malco's been gone for...
Do you know what happened?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night. But Malko was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss. Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front line, it's just... Malko and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible. I've tried convincing him to move forward. To stop... the Abyss has caused so much suffering. And some... Anyway, that's the gist of it.
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here.
I've made all the necessary adjustments. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name. Go ahead. After Malko fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful... If I had been there, I would have been able to... I've always blamed myself for what happened.
But that happened several years ago. The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night King...
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malko and I promised each other, even if we never... All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient... Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom. The Abyss will likely emerge.
Look at that golden thing! It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer!
Let's light it up! Teamwork is dreamwork! Hey there! Inazuma shines eternal!
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long! We're getting close!
Vichama!
Quick! Take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power...
The abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep...
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the abyss is strong.
This power...
Hanging in there?
Malco. No, why can't...
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the abyss has him in a chokehold.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm so... Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the spirit...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge...
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflex...
Okay.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. And now...
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama?
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words. Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. Pisak. Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last... Vichama. I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, but it also brings with it...
A deeper pain? Why?
Malko was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hand... For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside...
Vichama!
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board when you asked for my help. I hesitated too. I knew helping you find... But I also understood why you had to try. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning. If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malko to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so...
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
That's good to hear. Strange. My body, it's...
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Thanks to him, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check. Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wyna the good news. Oh, and apologize for destroying the spirits.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there?
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another. They're back.
Koichi? What are...
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly what... My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chaska for a few minutes. You...
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. That strength of will pushed her to survive. But it also planted a seed of conflict within her.
For some reason, Paimon can totally...
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's... It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though.
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing anything.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to...
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you... Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end...
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have one...
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak...
Well, technically I am going abroad.
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in... But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is! And you...
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my...
You bought off Uncle Wyna, didn't you? He promised me...
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen!
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd...
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going...
All right, whatever. Anything else?
You... What do you mean, anything?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments, or...
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... you need to know something.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are.
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going...
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sister...
So, you're really going to go?
Then support me. I'll be back.
Chaska. So, that's it.
You two are something else.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same. It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If, according to Kinich, it's an important ceremony.
If only Tone-Gift Bard was here, he could have...
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh? I see. Still, Citlale's going to be a nightmare. Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay?
There is no escape!
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient...
Well, it's fairly complicated.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power?
That's why it has to be our little secret. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation. Still, all you need to do...
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Dion-san.
Archon, I'm sorry about before.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all... Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is...
Whoa. I've never seen this place.
It looks like there are items from every tribe.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sort, and physical items do a far better job of Now, I still have some. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origin.
Alright, we'll have a look. This is a Tea's towel.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. The powder still needs some time to settle. Well, what do you think of my collection?
Yeah! If each item represents it, does every item hold a special memory? Just like a
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be
At once? Paimon's not sure she...
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back exactly, even at the end of your journey, the things you take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate.
That does kinda...
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect, while the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us only by uniting the people of Natlan across to come up with such a set of rules. The first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only... That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can... By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strong... In addition, the Sacred Flame will grant them significant knowledge and...
So, it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before.
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes!
It's alright. I'd never... No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me... One time, we didn't close the door securely. My sister immediately burst into... I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making...
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this name.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all...
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
I hallucinating again?
Kachina! Are you...
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. I was waiting for the Y-Up to send me back, but then this really strong... The Y-Up saved me, even though its power is weakening. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your... All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just, I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to...
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the... I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you. But you're a victor of the Night Warden Wars. A hero of Natlan. All you need to do is...
Still, I don't want you...
All you need to do is place your trust in us. Just like no one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so close, we can't call it quits now!
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time...
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in that face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just... feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to...
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter...
That won't happen.
I hope not.
Shine down! Ha!
The pleasure is all mine.
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like...
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization. Humans only established their own society after the fall.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their...
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in abyss...
So what you're saying is... we're not in...
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking.
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
There is no escape! Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice. Want some?
You know, Ian-san, Paimon feels like the two of us. Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy. Shine down!
I'm going in!
Wipe out!
Watch out! Hey there! A proper send-off from the Cena with love. Ow! I'm fine. Hey there! Out of the way!
Water jet! Yeah!
Illusion shattered!
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Umbrella warfare, I guess. Teamwork is dreamwork. Attack!
Bombs away!
Torn to oblivion!
Coming at ya! Hey there! A proper send-off from the Cena Hey there! Everybody stand back!
Yeah!
Now
you shall perish! There is no escape!
Go!
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about.
Yes. There's something in the depths of...
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what...
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped...
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer...
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down...
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this... If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here...
That's it? You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even why Paimon asked!
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate.
Yeah, these floating black things don't...
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama. Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malko. I was completely lost. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect...
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the spirit speak, but we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama...
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend back.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's... You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here! You can't go wandering. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way. Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Torn to oblivion! Shine down!
Oh, Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. It was
Don't scare Paimon like that!
I heard it too. It was a
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It's...
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
We're here, Kachina!
honey?
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go!
Yeah, let's light it up!
Wipe out!
Everybody stand back!
Attack! That's watch out!
Now you shall perish!
You're here! You're finally here! Thank you so much! That monster can appear from anywhere! The Wyup's power helped keep me hidden, so...
Had a girl. You did so...
Should we start heading back then?
Actually, I have a request. I can't exactly put it into words, but... That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here...
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyup. You can think of them like the body of each Wyup. Additional totem poles, like the one... There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyup can extend their consciousness over the entire... But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated...
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back... Still, we can't just leave the Wyup to suffer.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for...
No, I'm fine. I don't... Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides,
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wyup. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there.
All right. The sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of...
Let's go.
This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too
It's alright. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the... I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal, and return to the world where you belong.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that.
Wyabb! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyabb!
So we were right. The contamination is already... Alright, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malco?
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, I would have... You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and no. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer themselves up to the... That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power. Ancient names, pride, friendship... all empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to... Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain...
Kachina! Give me your hand. Feel that?
Thanks, Moalani. Because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power. But you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? It comes from our friendship. The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight!
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you!
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
From the ashes to this...
Right here! Clear the area! Check this out! That's the one! Oh! Amazing!
From on high!
what he gets for underestimating.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely. This makes me so... I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable. Huh? My ancient name is glowing? But
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that does...
Wait, does that mean you're...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so over... Still, seeing you pull it off was everything you said was exactly right. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Only then will we have the power to Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against...
I've heard that name before.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient... Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone, its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
What's wrong, Mualani? So many... So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just...
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're...
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was...
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus... Okay, that should be...
I hear your voice, Kachina. My dear.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time... I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon some... I'll keep searching within myself for the answer.
You are already an outstanding child in my...
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has all... Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose. Focus on who you want to be. You. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue.
Thank you.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold.
I know we've never met before, Wayab, but I just... Thank you for encouraging Kachina.
Whoa! What's going on?
We're out of time.
It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us!
Or we'll be stuck here!
Watch out for the falling rocks! Quick, through the middle!
You've done well. Now come home.
We're back! The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the...
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power.
You must feel terrible, Kachina. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about...
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon... Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one. All right, that should do it for now. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like...
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great...
Of course. I still have patience to see, so...
Thank you, Koichi.
All right. We might not see up. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things...
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very...
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the...
Mulani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley line. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. And even then, it took centuries of solving and still, this is but a superficial victory.
I
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have, but at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be... So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the...
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who, since the plan was mentioned in those memories, but there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me...
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense! The Pyro Archon...
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always... A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of... But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your...
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes... If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wyab would select a hero, indicating that the Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like...
So that means I'm one of the...
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by... After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I
So in other words, you always knew who the Wyab were going...
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500... Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to...
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not... If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. So, I've tried my best to help them from the... Currently, Shilonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wyab, Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell...
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early, just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes...
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes...
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wyab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any... You're quite perceptive, aren't you?
Huh? Oh, right!
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I...
Fuel?
Huh? Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certain. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount on their own. Each item's power is limited. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was...
But weren't they all precious treasures? What about their
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No...
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area... And then, it would only be a matter of Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, if they knew those items helped save the present-day hero...
Even when you put it that way...
There's no need. The people and the events of the past are never truly If you still have regrets, let them fuel your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of...
Well, we'd still like to return the fake...
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime. Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast, and we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll...
Still, now that...
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. All right. You should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends, the people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there. It's been really nice seeing the children of my tribe get older. I've witnessed their energy, their even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will never know absolution. And my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is. Just remember, No matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation.
Illusion shattered!
I'll keep this close.
Water jet!
I always win anyway. Hey, Koichi! You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just... Well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister right now.
Ah, well, you two had a fight.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of use.
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you... Her impulse to fight is extremely strong.
Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little... Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
But do you really have to go that far?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their art? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had enough of them.
Give up. Hesitate. No good.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina. Thank you.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your...
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person.
I had no choice. My friend and...
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild. So I stopped to bandage his... When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure,
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the night.
So,
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on...
Serves.
All right. Dear friends, I'd like to... Firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and this traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, and let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the traveler and Paimon. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them. Thank you.
Well said!
I'll drink to that.
How does it feel being a...
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming.
Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion!
Hey, please don't make...
Ah, you're here.
How did you know?
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and you could just as easily point out that Imagine if I said, let's leave. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. Or, of course, without me.
Paimon's suddenly remembering that portrait in your room.
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to, from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with she played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe. Still, it was an impressive achievement. You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of This is a war. And there can be no war without loss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations...
Yeah, doesn't that mean
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes... Even if the future ends in destruction, and it's precisely because we humans can... This is a pivotal moment. We are still... Well, 3, to be precise. There's one. Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey...
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but...
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certain.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. As for you, I must confess, I did not...
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, you don't have much time.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you heard something from here.